Must get this movie on Blu-ray, 100% mate. So welcome mate, I'm Bloodthirsty Lord, but you can call me Lordy, and today we just walked back from watching the Logan movie. So what we're going to do is pretty much a special video for today, and that's going to be like a Logan movie review, while also talking about my own experience, if that makes any sense. It's going to be really fun to do because I don't usually do these things, and this is one special moment because the movie made me feel honored to actually watch it. That never happens. Boys, I usually hate some movies, and I like some movies, especially if it's in this type of genre, but this movie made me feel honored and proud to watch it. So pretty much we're going to talk about it and go into it as quick as possible, mates. You know how it is. If you want to hit that like button, do so right now, and if you want to actually hit the subscribe button to keep up to date with our gaming content, and also interesting videos that we're going to start doing on the channel, make sure to hit that subscribe button as well. So let's get into the video as quick as possible. So pretty much it's obviously the weekend, aka Saturday. It might be Saturday in your state right now if you're from the United States, but I just finished Saturday, and now it's Sunday at 12:30 a.m. And it was kind of interesting because we had the feeling to go to watch the movie on Saturday. So we went to the movies on Saturday, went 7:20 over there, we walked, it took us like 40 minutes, and then we found out the movie session that we wanted to go to was all sold out already, and that was incredible. We asked for the gold class, premium class, all sold out, and the person serving us said there was another session at 9 p.m, and we're like, yes, we'll go to that guarantee, because that was the last session for that day. And we asked how many seats were left. He's like, let me check, and he's like, how many seats you want? I'm like, 2 for me and my brother, and he's like, yes, we got 2 spots at the front, or somewhere at the front. I'm like, can we go in the middle? He's like, yes, there might be some spots there. Shows us some spots. I'm like, yes, so let's take those 2 spots in the middle section towards the right hand side, or the left, towards the left-hand side, and I'm like, okay, that's good seats, we're happy with that. Then we waste around 1 hour, and before the actual movie starts, there's usually like an ad phase, and we're just waiting for the other session to be completed, and everyone to pretty much evacuate that part of the building, so we can take over that, and pretty much watch the movie in there. While waiting in there, there was a 9 p.m. session, followed up by the other sessions, which are gold class, and 9 p.m. above, and a premium class. And then out of nowhere, as we're waiting in the line to proceed into our actual room, we hear someone scream, Logan, movie is sold out, and he was one of the guys that worked at the actual theater that we were at, or the cinema we were at. I'm like, oh my god, I feel sorry for all these people. But obviously, if you went there from the start, because a lot of stuff was just getting sold out like that, mates. It's like, oh my god, that's insane. There should be a photo on screen right now of just the line that was there before he actually said it was sold out. Then a couple minutes after we proceed into the room itself, we sit in our seats, we wait, we spend like 15 to 20 minutes just of watching ads. Crap ads, oh my god, I hate ads. And the movie trailers that were showcased there, we already watched them already, so it was kind of like awkward to rewatch them again. But never mind about that. Then the movie started. Oh my god, guys. The moment when you hear the 20th Century Fox symbol just come up on your screen, followed up by the actual movie itself. It's amazing, mates. Because before you actually watch a movie, you always check out the trailers, yes? And there was trailers before, like a couple months ago, showcasing this movie, Logan. And I watched it, I'm like, yes, this is pretty hyped. I like X-Men, I like Wolverine. It's going to be amazing. I thought it was going to be like the exact same feel as the other movies. Like, just be this pretty much badass Wolverine on his motorbike, hacking and slashing his enemies apart to bits. But this movie was kind of different, and oh my god, did it hit hard to the heart, mates. So that was the first part of my experience, and that's some context before that we actually watched the movie. And now this part is where the spoilers will start coming in. So if you haven't watched the movie yet, please click off the video if you don't want to hear the spoilers, because some of you mates actually like to hear spoilers before you actually watch a movie. So if you want to stay on, you can. If you're not, understandable, mates. And the only reason we're doing this video right now and when it's getting closer to 1 a.m. is because the idea of the movie is still fresh on my mind. I want to just talk about it and get everything else before the hype dies out, obviously. So let's talk about it right now, and let's get into the more important spoiler part of the movie. So pretty much you go into the entry scene, or the first scene of the movie, you see Logan pretty much being weak and pretty much looking old and fragile. That's the idea. And then he's just in his car. We don't know what the car is at the moment, and then out of nowhere, the car's been put up, or pretty much being lifted up at one side. Then Logan's like, what the hell? And they see some people next to his car, gets out of the vehicle, looks around, then he sees a couple of people trying to steal his rims or his wheels, and he's like, you need to stop that. And then out of nowhere, he takes a first shot by these Mexicans or Spanish people. They look like they're part of a like crew or clan type of thing in that area, and they just shoot him straight away with a shotgun, something like that, to the chest. Oh my god, that scene, he's pretty much dead, like on the floor, doing nothing for a couple of seconds. It's like, he wakes up, regenerates, and obviously being Wolverine, he can regenerate, and he just stands up once again, and they try to pull up the gun at him once again, and obviously that doesn't work, and out of nowhere, they try to shoot his car, pretty much affect his car, and he went full ham. He went full ham, got his blades out, and went crazy shit nuts on those Mexicans or Spanish people in that scene there. And that was like, oh my god. It was so crazy, especially one of the funny parts of that scene was when the people that he was trying to kill were shooting his car. He would legit jump in front of the shot, so the shot wouldn't go to the car, so he wouldn't affect or damage the car in any way possible. That is insane. That was just one funny part of the movie. Honestly, there's actually a lot of funny parts within this movie, even though the overall feel of the movie is kind of dark. So even though it's dark films, this film could put you off, but for some reason, I don't feel like it's going to put a lot of people off. It's really understandable and it makes sense. It's not just being dark for no reason. It makes sense within the concept in the movie. It is Logan, obviously. And this movie is based in Mexico, followed up by the actual era of being 2029. That is the year the movie is based in, because the majority of the characters you might have known from the X-Men films won't actually exist in this era because they've been killed off or pretty much died. So it's kind of sad due to that one fact, because these are the last mutants at that current time. That's pretty much all they know, because they have characters like Galban, which is pretty much a tracker. Sorry if I couldn't pronounce his name correctly, but that doesn't really matter. But his ability is to track other mutants, and obviously he was alongside Wolverine, aka Logan, and also Professor X. That's how it starts off in the film. They're just all together. There's some funny scenes with Professor X when he's just going pretty much becoming a lunatic because of the drugs he's taking, and he also has a disease, obviously, as you know if you watch the film. He has some type of brain disease, and it does affect him quite a bit throughout the film, and obviously leads to some interesting factors within the film. And Logan is providing the drugs to Professor X or Charles Xavier by being a limo driver, making his cash like that, building up, and then pretty much going to hospitals and making some cheeky deals with the people that work there to get those drugs that he needs to keep Charles Xavier calm and relaxed and not being something that's unstable and about to kill everything around himself, which makes sense to pretty much keep him calm, stable, and not unstable. And they do play with the idea of assumptions, fate, destiny, and false hope. So there's so many things in this movie. Obviously it's dark as well, as we mentioned on ago, but there's a lot of themes, elements to this movie that makes it just 100% well done. Like, if I had to give it like a spot on review, I'll give it 100% or 5 stars, whatever you call it. It is a perfect movie. It's designed so well, I couldn't believe it. If you thought Doctor Strange was good, or some other movies that we've talked about in the past was good, they're not as good as this movie. That is guaranteed. This movie shines so hard compared to the other movies. It's just so unique and something that you wouldn't feel throughout any other movie. Then Charles Xavier starts having dreams, or Professor X starts to have dreams about this other mutant that was just born, and that was X-23, and we see her sooner in the movie than expected. Like around the first couple of 20 to 30 minutes maybe, we see the character X-23, aka with the name Laura, or Lauren, one of them. But it was pretty sick how we all built together. You can see the connection, and obviously a lot of people are going to say there's a Last of Us feel within this movie, and that's kind of correct to a certain degree, but this movie was just so well done. And then there's other aspects when they pretty much get hunted down, because the mutant X-23 was obviously created by someone else. Pretty much the person that created Wolverine, his son created X-23, and it's pretty much a shitstorm because there's all these other kids pretty much making the Mexican women be forced to give birth to babies that are also mutated by the company itself, and then once they've done their job, they get shot in the head or pretty much killed. The female that produced this baby, or mutants, and obviously these mutants had all these unique benefits or unique styles or abilities compared to the old X-Men characters, because they've like DNA strands from the old characters and they brought it to these new babies. And they did that with also one of the other characters within this movie, Galaban, which you will notice at the very end. And this becomes somewhat built up a spin-off movie in its own sense, because there's a lot of things in this movie that I really don't want to talk about, because I feel like it's going to ruin the experience for you guys. I don't want to ruin it exactly, but I want to talk about the story, and that's pretty much it. And then there's obviously a lot of things in this movie that really get to your heart. Deaths, and pretty much being alive is an idea they told with a lot within this movie. And the Professor X scenes, the Wolverine scenes, and the X-23 scenes, they're glorious in their own sense. There's obviously a lot of gore in some scenes, and there's a lot of amazing moments of those characters within this movie. They shine so much individually, and they pretty much build themselves as main characters and give off more personality than you would ever expect, especially with X-23, because I feel like X-23 is going to be part of a spin-off movie. And there's a lot of personality to that character, which makes it 100% okay thing to do. Make a spin-off movie on X-23, because I would love to see that. And if you mates don't know what X-23 is, it's pretty much the female version of Wolverine, or the kid girl version that you'll see within the movie. She has 2 blades as her front claws, and then she has her back claws, or hidden blades, which are on her feet. And that just makes it so crazy, because obviously offensive like she'll use her fist, when she's playing defensive like she'll use her legs and the blades in there to pretty much destroy them. So it's not exactly like Wolverine, but there's a twist to it, and it's really interesting. Hopefully some images will be appearing right now, or some video clips of the character. She was amazing to watch in these glorious moments when she just goes batshit crazy and just slaughters everything in her path, like a complete savage. And I'm guessing with the director's cut, when it does come out on Blu-ray, it's going to have all those extra scenes of her going savage, along with some other scenes with Wolverine and Professor X doing their things as well. So there's going to be a lot of interesting parts in the director's cut as well, which is the reason why I'm going to buy that when it does come out. And you know, mates, we're Bloodthirsty Lord, and there's a lot of gore in this movie, a lot of hack and slash moments, and there's some very, very impactful moments of just going full savage. And that's why it was so enjoyable to watch, along with the story, the drama, the build-up, the tension. It was so good. Like, there's nothing you can say that was bad about it. And then I see the reviews, 94%, 93%. Piss off, mates. We're giving this 100% guaranteed. And I think if you guys are hardcore nerds, or hardcore fans of the X-Men / Wolverine comics, you're gonna love this movie. And that isn't just because of the style of the film or throughout the whole film, but there's like little parts in this film where it just makes it full nostalgic for you people or you mates. And obviously I felt that too. Like when they do specific things, when they read through the X-Men comics or they show it and you see all the kids pretty much understanding the X-Men comics or the Wolverine comics, and they pretty much favor that idea of X-Men and Wolverine, and they love that idea of that. And when they see Logan in real life, there's this specific scene, I don't think this is going to give off too much, but it's just really funny to see and watch. They all start coming with like 5 hands or 5 arms and just start cutting his beard. And it's like what they're doing here is pretty much making him look like the old or younger version of Wolverine from the comic books. How it's pretty much illustrated there or showcased in the images there. And I was like, oh my god, this is so cool. Just bring it back a little bit and showcase something original or back when he was young. And bring it back to something that is in this movie being old and pretty much going through difficult times, to say the least. I could talk about this movie for hours, days, mates. It's just so amazing. Like the walk back home, which was 40 minutes, we just talked about the movie, me and my brother, the whole time. And there's just so many ideas and themes showcasing this movie that makes it so great. But pretty much to say a quick overview of what I felt, this movie is 100% a must-watch and a must-buy movie if you want to buy on Blu-ray, which I'll be doing guaranteed, and getting the director's cut to see all those amazing extra scenes. And I'm just happy with the outcome of Logan. After 17 years of Hugh Jackman being Wolverine, and this to be the final outcome, is wonderful. Obviously, there's always a expectation that it could even go further, aka go back in the past and play as Wolverine. Hugh Jackman, the actual character, could play as Wolverine once again, which would be cool. But I don't think they'll be doing that anytime soon. So we can expect a spin-off film on the movie, guaranteed, with X-23 and some of the other kids from the new X-Men, I'm guessing, if you want to call them that, the new generation of X-Men. There's some interesting parts. Obviously, when you watch the movie, you'll understand it. But I haven't given away too much. I've only gave away some of the storyline. But the main idea when you watch the movie, you will be emotional. If you're not emotional, you're going to end up being emotional, guaranteed. There's going to be like a tear just going straight down your face. And you'll be like, oh my god, this movie. So mates, if you want to see more videos like this in the future, make sure you hit the like button and subscribe button, and leave your comments in the comment section down below. And if you already went through this full video and obviously watched the movie as well, leave your comments on it in the description below, because I want to know your thoughts. Do you feel the exact same way I'm feeling at this moment? Because I am full excited to see what comes next for the X-Men films, or the Wolverine films, if there's ever going to be any more or any spin-offs. I'm truly excited and hyped for it. But mates, tell me your thoughts and opinions in the comment section down below. So mates, if you did enjoy this video, show us below, smash that like button. Let's try to get 100 likes on this video. And if you mates want to see more videos like this in the future, all you have to do is share this with your friends and hit the subscribe button to become a mate today. And that is all for this video. Oh, time's go, but don't you worry. We're back very soon. Hey, Jazz Boys, because you ain't seen nothing yet. So it looks like I'm going to end up watching Logan once again. And that's not the Blu-ray version. I'm going to go back to the cinema to watch it.
That it feels right.